Hi, my name is Ivana and I am currently based in Bangalore. In case you've never seen a video of mine, nice to meet you. In case you have, you probably already know how much I love the stray animals. Just recently, I met a tiny puppy who was bitten by a big dog in the streets, and there was literally no other option than to take him to the vet. Unfortunately, he passed away. A little while after that, I met this cute little kitten called Fun, who was adopted by our local juice shop. Again, I took her to the vet because she was so small and probably had worms. I didn't tell this earlier because I did make a vlog about her and taking her to the vet, but she got hit by a car. And those two events really impacted my view on stray animals. I definitely did feel, because of these two events, that there is also something that can be done whenever you get into a situation when you feel that something needs to be done. So I asked you guys on Instagram, is there an animal shelter in Bangalore that I could visit, because I just really had a hunch that I needed to do that. You guys suggested me Charlie's Animal Rescue Center. Now, I don't want to cry because thinking about Tiny and Fun, it does make me wonder what would have happened if I would have brought them there. It was just the most phenomenal place. I just came back, I went there today, and I want to introduce you to this beautiful place where stray animals have a really nice home. For me, it was such a fulfilling afternoon, full of cuddles, love, and beautiful stories. So I hope you enjoy it as well. Before we begin, please check the link down in the description below, because obviously if you want to volunteer, you can contribute in that way. But if you would like to contribute in a financial way, there's also a link for that. You can make different kinds of donations, but I particularly like this option where you can donate food for a day for all of the animals. So obviously I did that, and if you are not in a position to volunteer or do anything else, that might be an option for you. Without further ado, chalo, let's go to CARE, Charlie's Animal Rescue Center. How cute are you? You're very cute. You want some petting? You want some petting? Oh, you're so cute. Absolutely honored to be here. I just heard the story from this beautiful lady with the kindest of hearts, and I want to introduce you to her. Thank you so much for your time.
Anytime. My pleasure.
Can you tell me how Charlie's Animal Rescue Center was created?
Yeah, it's a slightly long story because first of all, you have to know about Charlie.
Yes.
Charlie was this Indian dog. He passed away a year ago, and he was 15 when he passed away. So he was this Indian dog, three-legged Indian dog, and he was with me in another shelter called CUPA, Compassion Unlimited Plus Action. So I was with CUPA for almost 19 years, and he came to us one evening, one rainy evening. He was run over by a taxi, and the person picked him up and brought him to the shelter all the way. It was quite a distance. He had, a crushed hind leg. So what happened was the veterinarians at the college professor said, Sudha, you have to put him to sleep because there's no option. And this was way back in 2002 when the surgery options were not so nice in India, and you didn't have these kind of anesthetics and the kind of veterinary medicines you have now. So we get a lot of stuff now from outside the country and all that. When you work with animals, and like I do, I work hands-on every single day of my life with animals. You experience their pain, their trauma. We have a lot of defining moments, what I call our miracle moments. And one such moment was that day, that evening, I was holding Charlie, blood stained, and he looked at me when he heard the professor say this. It was almost like he knew, and he said, looked at me and he said, you can't do this. I want to live. There were those little boot button eyes looking at you and saying no. And I realized then that I have to do something to make him live. He just can. I couldn't let him go. And there was a veterinarian called Dr. Lohit who was he said, I will amputate his hind leg and let's give him a chance. The chance happened, he became a very, very naughty dog. He was horrible. No, you don't know. He was so terrible. He had bitten the electrician. He had bitten so many people. And yes, he was very bad. And one day when we had the spastic children over at the shelter, and all the dogs went up to them, but Charlie stayed with them. And he was like, so good with them. It surprised me that this horrible dog is so nice with the, these special children. So why not use him for animal assisted therapy? I was doing this. I was trained by Jill Robinson of Animals Asia, who's a huge name in animal-assisted therapy.
Yeah.
And we were using Labradors because, Labradors, Beagles, Dalmatians. I started taking him to the school, which had a mixed bunch. You had mentally retarded, you had Downs, you had cerebral palsy and all. And again, I experienced a very, really touching moment when in that batch of students, there was a boy who had never spoken. And when we have the individual session where you pet the dog and the child are face to face, he suddenly said, Charlie. And we didn't believe it. We said, no, that's not him. Pin drop silence. And he said it again and again. Of course, so much of tears. We were all crying. Charlie was looking at us. What are all these humans doing? Why are they all weeping and wailing and all that? So he's like worked with so many children. He's probably helped about 350, 400 children during his 10 years of therapy. Wow. We moved on to specializing with autism spectrum children and continued till he was almost 10, 12. Then, after an age, as per the rules, you can't use him for therapy. And then he also got tired, 3 legs and all that. So when we got together, when I left Cupa, I wanted to do something on my own. I felt like I have so much life left, so let me do something on my own. So 5 of us got together, and all of us were brought together by Charlie. We had a common factor, and that was Charlie. So said, why not call it Charlie's Animal Rescue Center? And that's how it was named after him. And he's been a lucky charm for us, really lucky, because somehow we've managed to keep our head above water. We've managed to do what we want to do, and that's very important because it's not about the numbers that you take in. It's about each and every animal should feel special when they come in here. And why we started this was because it is for the street animals who have nobody, who are on the road, who are often abused, who really don't have, except a very kind person who calls in and says, look, it's injured, and who's ready to take on the responsibility of, seeing that it goes back. So a pet dog in Bangalore has a lot of lovely facilities now. There are beautiful clinics, there are beautiful hospitals. They have almost as much as what a pet in the US or UK has. Here we felt that at Charlie's, a street dog, an ordinary street dog should get at least, if not the same thing, almost the same thing. So they should feel so special when they come in. They're ill, fevers, tumors, kidney issues, creatinine level so high, low hemoglobin. But when they enter Charlie's Animal Rescue Center, they should be so loved, so cared for that even if they die, that last few days, they should have experienced love. And that's the only thing we want to do, and that's like what we are striving for. So every dog is so special for us. Every cat, every animal that comes in. One side is the sheltering part where we have a lot of animals which, have been rescued, who have history of trauma behind them, a lot of abuse, everything. And they are looked after, like they're the happy part because now they're all settled and they live, you can see the hen and Matilda, she's very special because she fell off the truck transporting her. Lucky one.
Chick.
Really lucky chick. And then she came here, so at first we didn't know what to do. When we kept her with the rabbits, she started pecking the rabbits' ears and they got really irritated with her. So we put her with the ducks. And the 6 ducks that I have, all rescue ducks, they took to her like, she was one of them and they looked after her, they cleaned her, they fostered her and pampered her. But after a few days, I noticed that she started cloning their behavior. She started waddling like a duck. She would go, and then it was frightening because sometimes animals do that, seeing the thing that she's alone. Yeah. So we built a separate enclosure. So daytime, she has to be a hen. And then little later, she gets to being a duck. So each of them is very happy, but they come with a history of so much abuse that you can't believe that these happy animals have all that. We also do
you take
adoption.
all kinds of animals, right?
We do whatever we can. We can try and look after. We have a pygmy goat here.
Yeah, you even have the pigs. How did the pigs get here?
The pigs were another story. One was Maggie came to us. They came when they were piglets. Only this much. We've hand reared them. Yeah. And Maggie, she was run over by a scooter, a two-wheeler. And she came with a very badly fragmented hind leg. Okay. So
somebody took her here?
Yeah, somebody brought her here, rescued her in the middle of the night and brought her here.
Okay.
And then we realized her bones can't be put together because no surgery would do that. It's all fragmented. Yeah. So we, taught her how to walk and then held her with a, that kind of sling and made her walk. And soon she got strength with a lot of vitamins and everything. She got strength for the hind leg and she can walk a little bit, but she can never survive on the road because of that. Yeah. A few months later, Snuffles came in. Snuffles came in to us with, chunks pulled out. She was bitten by dogs.
Oh,
so it was a lot of bits and pieces, and then we put her together. And now Maggie is not very social. She likes the few people she likes. Snuffles is a very happy pig. Loves meeting people. Loves ice cream.
Oh, so,
ice cream is a magic word we use to make her do things that we want her to do. If there is a tablet to be had, it's like, you're going to get ice cream. So you can... And they're so intelligent.
phenomenal.
So intelligent. I can't tell you. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even spell words now because they're
Wow.
immediately alert. So
Oh
it's
my
that
goodness.
way. So we
Wow.
have guinea pigs, rabbits, and every single animal. We're not hoarders. Everything has come to us because of they've been rescued.
Yeah, because like you kind of depend on the kindness of strangers to bring the animals here,
Yes,
right?
we do. We have an ambulance service also, but there's only that much an ambulance can cater to.
True.
The city is so far,
True.
it's so expanding, and
Yeah.
the distances are killing with the kind of
True,
traffic. So we
true.
ask people, we even offer them, like, if you bring it over, if you're a student and you can't really afford a taxi or the three-wheeler to bring it, we say you bring it and we'll pay them.
Oh my
so,
goodness,
Yeah, we
really?
do that. We do that so
Wow.
many times. Sometimes we do it personally because you don't want to take the care money for that also. So one of us will put in that bill because sometimes students are so well-meaning youngsters,
Yeah.
and then if they can't afford it, they can't.
Yeah.
But they'd rather bring the animal in. So that's priorities.
That's amazing. So obviously you guys depend on volunteers and
Yes.
all the help that you can
Yeah.
get from the outside. What are some things that people have done that are very memorable for you?
A lot of things. In fact, while building this, we were in a smaller place, and this is almost 3 times what we had. While putting out the plan and deciding that this time we'll do it very scientifically, keep the treatment animals one
Yeah.
side to
Yeah.
contain infections over there,
Yeah.
keep these kind of animals.
Because it's super hygienic here.
We
You wash your
cleanliness.
hands everywhere,
Yeah,
everything.
cleanliness is priority.
Yeah.
Also, comfort of visitors. Like, even to have the washrooms, we felt
Yeah.
that people come from so far. They also need a bit of comfort.
Yeah.
So at that time, when we built, we segregated the units, and we just reached out to our donors and to our well-wishers and said that this is what we plan to do. The outpouring from them, or the way they responded to us, was phenomenal. Like, there was
Yeah.
someone who said, "You leave the puppy room to me. You leave this unit to
Oh
me."
my
And
gosh.
I was so touched because
Yeah.
it's amazing, what.
Yeah.
Then they said, no, it's the work that you do. So sometimes you realize, like, if you just keep on at it and do it honestly,
Yeah.
it will pay you back, because we're completely dependent on public donations. So,
Yeah.
ultimately it's their opinion what matters, and that brings in the money. So,
Yeah. And if people want to volunteer, if they want to help out for a day, do they need to do like a course or something?
No,
or
no, not
you can
really.
Just come?
They can just apply online. Now it's made very easy. I have
Okay.
2 fabulous managing committee members. I have to
Yeah.
mention them. Dr. Mansi, she's a dentist by profession,
Yeah.
and at heart she's a care person. And
Yeah.
outside, the outside part of her is the dentist.
Yeah.
And Jaisal, who actually put us back on track, you can say,
Yeah.
with how you structure things, how you do things, setting systems
Yeah.
in place, how you should do things and all
Yeah.
that. So these 2 people are literally like, my right and left hand. Without them, I
Yeah.
couldn't do what I do. They handle PR, they handle social media, because I'm hopeless. I can't send an email properly, it's
Well,
like that.
You shouldn't do everything by yourself,
Yeah,
right?
and that's what that
We
was
are
a nice
stronger
part. Yeah, so
together.
they've structured the volunteering program in such a way that you can apply online, and
Yes.
then they come over and they give them the volunteers an orientation
Okay.
session and take them around everything.
Yeah.
And then they are mentored by a senior volunteer for 6
Okay.
weeks, 6 sessions with a
Okay.
senior volunteer, and then they move on to becoming
Okay.
regular volunteers. The volunteers clean, they paint, they scrub, they disinfect cages, they bathe dogs, they do everything.
Okay.
And more important, when we have an event or so fundraising, I think they're there.
Yeah.
They're there, at the front doing things. So it
Yeah.
makes life a lot easier for us.
Definitely. Okay, so that's one way to help, but
Yeah.
people can also donate. And I
Yes,
saw on
yes.
your website something
Yes.
that's absolutely amazing, that people can donate like a day of feeding
Yes.
for all the animals.
Yes. And that's something which is picked up so well, and I'm
Yeah.
so glad it's done well, because you can donate and then you get a little poster put up which is with
Yeah.
your name, and
Yeah.
that people love that, So
And
this
people do that instead of a
Yeah,
birthday gift.
yeah,
They say like,
yeah.
oh, don't give me a birthday gift.
Correct.
Like,
Yes, I'd rather do this.
Yeah.
And now we have, I find youngsters are so nice. It's going in the right way, because we have a lot of children who come and who tell their parents, like, I don't want this Pizza Hut whatever birthday
Yeah.
party. I'd rather go to Care. We'll cut a cake inside for all my friends, but
Yeah.
whatever you were spending on that, please give it to Care. Give
Yeah.
it to Sudha auntie, they say. And I
That is
feel so touched when they do that.
amazing.
And then the whole morning they spend playing with all the animals, carrying the guinea pigs, playing with the rabbits, and they have a lovely
phenomenal.
time, and they go back so happy. So
Yeah.
we're happy, they're happy.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing that way.
no, but I think that's also an option for people who say like, oh, I can't volunteer
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
Like, you can also help from a
Yes.
distance by
Yes.
donating
Yes,
a day of
they can.
feeding
A
for
day
the
feeding.
animals
It's
or
all just a matter of
anything else.
sending in the details, and then we do it for them. So,
Yeah,
that way.
100%. Is there anything you would like to say or
Yeah, there's it's very cliched, but it's always about like be kind. That's all. It doesn't cost you anything, and all of us, every human being has latent inherent kindness in us. It takes so little. It just takes a little bit of feeling, and just be kind to them. Don't hurt them. I mean, nobody is saying that you have to go out and donate to animals, or you have to go and rescue. If you can't do it, don't do it. But never hurt them.
Yeah, a lot of people I often pet stray animals in the streets because they're just too cute. And actually, even coming today, I posted a picture on Instagram saying like, "Oh, I'm going to Charlie's Animal Rescue Center," and somebody said like, "Oh, I love the stray pets, but I'm always so scared to pet them because I'm afraid they're gonna bite me or something."
Yeah.
But my experience is they
don't.
I haven't been bitten at all.
No.
They just give love bites.
Yeah. Because animals, unlike us, respond so easily to kindness.
Yeah.
They only look for that because they don't get it. The animals on the street, how much kindness do they get? How much love? So they can sense it in us. The vibrations that come from a person who loves. So just walk past. If you can't touch them, walk past them. Just don't even look at them. Just leave them alone. We have this thing called the Young Angels Education Program, where we believe that children, good children means good adults, kind adults. So we go to about 20 schools a month, 20 sessions a month we do, and we talk to children about, show them something, a little film, and we allow them to come back here, handle animals, and then, the response is amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the term that Mansi and Jessel put, it's called Charlie's Pack. So they love being a part of Charlie's Pack.
It was so nice talking to you. Thank
My
you for
pleasure.
telling me
Thank
your
you for
story.
coming
It's
and spending so much time with
inspirational.
us.
No, it's truly an honor. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Hey you. Hey you. She's so fluffy. Come to me, my pack. Oh, you're so cute. You guys are so cute. What do I do when they start giving love bites like this?
Yeah, you'll have to just push them.
Just push them?
Push them. Yeah.
Okay, you have to go then.
Move.
Okay,
Just be firm and push them.
calm down.
They do that. As soon as you sit, they all come to you.
Calm down. Calm down. So actually this one,
Yeah.
he also works with children, right?
Yes. His name is Stumpy.
Hey Stumpy, how you doing? Look at you, you're such a model. She's so beautiful. Guys, look at this. Look at her. Can you say hi? You want to say hi? Say hi. She says hi. She's also a really good dancer. You're so beautiful. Stop. Seriously, I cannot handle. This is like beyond cute. Look at her. Look at her. Oh. Look, you have to see this. Oh my god, somebody likes belly rubs. I have to introduce you to Macy. She has a brain tumor. She's here in palliative care, which means that she's here until her day comes. But she's the sweetest dog and they are giving her a good final days. Oh, she's such a sweetheart. You like cuddles? Somebody's enjoying the rubs. Come here. You want to say hi? Very sweet. So I promised you I'd come back. This one was like giving me the kitty eyes. Want to say hi, Simba? Look over there. Look there. Yes, yes. Look how tiny she is. Okay. Want to go down and play? Mom, stop. My visit at Charlie's Animal Rescue Center made like a pretty big impact. Obviously, the encounter with the two animals, Tiny the puppy and Fun the kitten, it definitely inspired me to do this, but also you guys. And I just want to thank you for, you know, making me grow as a human being. And I hope this video was also helpful for you to see what they're doing at Care Animal Center. If you would like to help, obviously the links are down in the description below, and I am definitely gonna try to volunteer for a day, because literally some of the volunteer work involves cuddling with all the doggos and the kittens and the puppies, and I am all for that. Like, sign me up. I hope you guys also really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel and to put a thumbs up. Also, don't forget the little bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.